everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to Push, Pull, Press. I just realized we don't have the workout up yet. Hold on 1 second, and we'll be right back. Oh, just realized that. These are things that happen when you are used to having somebody else here with you. All right, let's put this on standby for right now, if we can. Alright, hold on 1 moment, please. While I figure out our tech. There we go. Okay, took all of that to make that happen, but we are here. We finally did it. Okay. I thought I turned this TV on. What in the heck? Okay, and now it's not projecting onto this. Okay. This is the kind of day that we are having today, apparently. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Olivia Winfield, and I'm a personal trainer here at the YMCA, and this is Push, Pull, and Press. As the name implies, we will be doing upper body focused workouts while also targeting our core. This workout is approximately 30 minutes, and normally there is a timer up here on the screen. However, our usual AB person is out of town, and I am not technically savvy enough to figure this out, apparently. So we're gonna make do. So to begin with, we're just gonna put our arms out at our sides and circle them. I will say today's been one of those days where it just seemed like the forces of evil are just conspiring against me to make today just as annoying and difficult as possible. And I'm trying to maintain a positive attitude and not bring that in here, but I have to say it is difficult. All right, we're gonna bring our arms up over our head now and do a side bend. So it's one of those days where I'm trying to focus on the positive because I want to show up well for y'all. At the end of the day, I want to make sure I'm showing up as my best self to the people that I owe to show up as my best self. Doesn't mean there aren't some days where it's difficult, though. And I am someone who does not enjoy going with the flow. I do like my routines. I like things being more or less the same. So I do not like it when things all of a sudden change. But, we adapt, we overcome, and we make do. And I apologize if the camera quality is not the greatest or the lighting. I couldn't figure that out either. So we'll make and do today, y'all. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and put our arms over our head for a tricep stretch. So I sincerely hope this is actually streaming out. And this is supposed to be the YouTube one too. So. Hey, what can I say? We like a rough and somewhat uncut here at the YMCA. We make. In any case, today I wanted to talk about what does it mean to have and hold your power. How do you even discover what your power is and where it lies? Like, how does that work? So, all right, and then final stretch, we're gonna do a chest stretch and then we'll grab our dumbbells. So how do you step into your power? What gives you your power? What is power? See, these are some of the philosophical things we have to ask ourselves. And so today, when I say about power, go ahead and grab a pair of dumbbells for our first exercise. So when I say power, in this case, power is coming from the knowledge of yourself and knowing who you are, because that is the foundation of everything. You start and end at the end of the day with yourself. All right, so first exercise is gonna be a Zottman bicep curl. So we're gonna start up, then turn it over, and it's like we're pressing down. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, okay? And then I'm gonna go and look at the computer because this TV over here is not showing my workout, so excuse me one moment. Okay, we're doing plank knee to elbows for our core workout. All right. So, you could either do it in a conventional plank stance or you can come down on your elbows. Either way, if you are up on your hands, you have the option of doing your knees crossing, or you can keep them on the same side. I'm gonna keep them on the same side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. That's your first set done. Go ahead and grab a sip of water, and then we're gonna do it again. So how do you step into the power of yourself? The biggest piece of power in yourself is knowledge. That's why they say knowledge is power. So knowing yourself. And that seems real simple when you just say it, but what does it actually truly mean to know yourself? How well do you know yourself? Do you know yourself? How do you get to know yourself? Well, I want to say my life coach recommended me this as an exercise when I was figuring all of this out. But one place to start is figuring out what makes you happy. All right, second set. What brings you joy? Why does it bring you joy? What do you get out of it? And so when you plug in, what makes you happy, that's also a nice way of just looking at, these are the things that I enjoy. These are the things that I like to do. These are the things that give me satisfaction, that make me happy. And so then when you take it the next step further and you interrogate, why does it make me happy? That is when you start to uncover your values. What do you value? What do you stand for? What do you, things of that nature. And so when you do that, that's how you gain knowledge of self. 1, 2. And that is how you start to gain your power. Because who's going to tell you what you like to do or not like to do? Who going to tell you about yourself? Nobody. Only you can tell you about yourself. So that's how you can begin to know yourself and thus step into your own power. All right, and we are gonna come to our last set of Zotman curls here before we go into our next exercise. My apologies for not having the timer up. We were having enough technical difficulties and we were running late. Did not want to make us any more delayed than we already had to be. All right, last exercise, or last set of this exercise. So, make it count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you're wondering, Olivia, how you got that hat on? You ain't hot? Last I checked, it was -14 outside right now. Hot is not what I am. Unless you mean looks wise. Okay. Coming down to our last set of plank knee touches. I'm still not 100% sure what to call this, but in any case, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that core is engaged throughout this. Belly button is spine. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Excellent work. That is your first exercise done. Go ahead and get yourself a sip of water. You have certainly earned it. And then we're gonna go into our next exercise, which is, I have a couple different workouts running in my head right now. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so for this next exercise, if you have access to a barbell, I highly recommend going to grab it. Otherwise, you can do this next exercise with dumbbells or even kettlebells if you have them. All right, I'm just gonna take 5 pounds off because I am strong, but I am not that strong. And you know what's also part of strength? Knowing your strength, knowing your weaknesses, knowing your limits, and honoring them. So let me tell you something. You do not get cool points, not from anybody that's worth listening to anyway, for pushing yourself past your limits. I am not an advocate for that. I will not applaud you for doing that. In fact, I will look at you like you have lost your mind. Don't do that. Trust and believe, your bodies, you only get just the one body. You do not need to work it nearly that hard. All right, so continuing with our bicep curls, this time we're gonna do a bicep curl. Actually, I don't know why I did it that way, but anyway, a bicep curl, well, technically up to press, but that's awkward. So instead, we are gonna do a bent over row. Because sometimes what you had originally planned is not gonna quite work out, and that's okay. We need to target the back anywho. So we're gonna do a bent over row with the barbell. You can either do this over or underhand. Underhand will target your biceps more. So spread your feet apart about shoulder width distance. Slight bend in the knees, bend forward, make sure that back is straight. And then as you're pulling up, engage the scapula. So you're pulling your shoulders back, you're retracting them. 2. Squeezing your arms at your sides will also help with this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right. And then for our core exercise, I believe I have us doing oblique twist. So once again, hit that plank position down on your elbows this time. And you're just gonna drop that waist side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, you're doing excellent. So, for me, how I am someone who has been described as powerful, whatever the heck that means. So when I speak on embracing your power, you know, I have experience of not only embracing, but also running away from my power, being intimidated by it. And what's worse is that you will have some people in your life sometimes who even see your power before you do and will work to diminish it. And so that is why you need to have a strong sense of self. You need to figure out, what do you value? What brings you happiness? What makes you mad? You know, what makes you sad? Therein lies the power of you. Therein lies yourself. And again, that knowledge of self takes you so far. Because who's gonna tell you about you? Exactly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right? Now we're gonna come back to these oblique twists. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Very good, guys. Doing excellent work. You just have one more set to go. One last exercise, then we're at our cool down and you are finished. So why I say it's important to know what you like, what you don't like, and therein lies the foundation of your power in yourself. Because you will have people attribute motives to you that you ain't even thought of, because it's what they would do. That's called projection. And so when you don't have a strong sense of self, you can take that on. You could go, well, maybe I do. Like for example, the gym. You could have people in your life, you may be hitting the gym for health reasons. You are hitting the gym because you want to feel better. You want to move easier. You want to get your cardio up, your strength up, etc. And you could have somebody in your life being like, you only want to go to the gym because you want to look good, you want to flirt, you want to na. You don't have a strong sense of self. You might take that on. You might go, well, maybe they got a point. Maybe I do be doing that. When you got a strong sense of self, you can tell somebody, you can't tell me about me. Because I know me. I know why I do something. I know my purpose, my motivation. What you are attributing is why you would do it, not why I would do it. And again, there's a lot of power in that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because also, too, when you are aware of yourself in that way, and then you move authentically in a reflection of that, that's how you find your people. That's how you find who's actually for you. because you show up as you. What? Scary concept, I know. Especially if you've never really done it before and you're afraid that people won't like you. But here's the thing. Anybody that doesn't like you, the real you, and wants you to be the fake you is not somebody that needs to be in your life. Point blank in the period. You can tell them I said it. I don't care. Tell them. Olivia said, you don't belong in my life. And it's straight up. Because if you trying to make me a person I ain't trying to be anymore, you don't need to be in my life. You can't support that. You don't need to be in my life. And I've had to make those cuts. And it wasn't easy. But let me tell you, the heartbreak that comes from realizing that this person that I thought was my person is not my person. This person does not want the best for me like I thought they did. It's really gut-wrenching. It absolutely is. But you know what also is gut-wrenching? When they show themselves to you and you're like, oh, I made the right decision by cutting you off. So, all right. Last exercise of the day. And I'm actually gonna change what I put. All right, we are gonna do so I put a glute bridge, but no, I'm gonna do what I was gonna do originally. We are gonna do a lying decline chest press. So, you're gonna lay flat down on your back, like I am, and then you're gonna push yourself up through the heels, much like a glute bridge. Hands up by your chest, and then you're just gonna push up, and that's it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2 more. 11 and 12. All right. Very good. And now, in continuing with that motion, we are just going to do some glute bridge marches. So, targeting our glutes and our legs, but also our lower abs. So, once again, push yourself up, and then you're just gonna march. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's natural if you scoot a little bit, but try not to. Really engage that core. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Yeah, see, it's hard to keep it up, but that's what you gotta do. All right. First set, 2 more to go. Let's keep it up. So yeah, it's gut-wrenching when you have to make those cuts, when you have that realization, and you may have that realization more than once. It may take a couple times for you to realize, like, oh, this person's really not for me. And that's okay. It takes time. But I was always taught that the body never lies. It always knows. So, let me tell you something. When you make that cut and you feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders, you feel like you can breathe easier, the air smells clearer, you will know that you have made ultimately the right decision, even if in the moment it may not necessarily feel like it. You may even still have some emotional fallout from it, and that's okay. That's all right. Growth sometimes means tears. It's okay. But just know you are better for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you look back a year from now, or even a month from now, and you realize, man, look how much my life really opened up after I eliminated certain energies around me. Wow. That's how you know it was worth it. And spoiler alert, it's always worth it. All right, let's come to our glute marches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right? Very nice. Very nice. That is the last of our exercises. So we are now going to come down into our cool down. Thank you all so much for sticking with me even amidst the technical difficulties. Appreciate y'all's patience. All right. Let's go ahead and cool down, y'all. You did a wonderful job. And as always, thank you all so much for joining me. So yeah, not to give anybody any homework, but if you feel so inclined, tonight or today, whatever, when you have time, make a list of the things that bring you joy, that make you happy. Innocuous things even. You could just say, I like the color blue. And so it's twofold. One, it's just nice to list out the things that make you happy, I feel like, especially on those days where it's really rough, or if you're having a really bad mental health day and it feels like ain't nothing gonna make you happy. Consult that list. Maybe you'll get some ideas. Maybe something will jump out at you to make yourself feel a little bit better. That's one self-care tip. But two, again, diving a little bit more, interrogating. What about it makes you happy? What value does it embody? So for example, working out, teaching, really, like this brings me joy. It brings me an immense amount of satisfaction. I love to do this. And why is that? Because I like to educate. I like to be supportive. I like to help people along their journeys and to figure it all out. You know, provide guidance and assistance. What value does that bring to mind? It's community, it's acts of service, it's showing up for people. That to me, like that's what I value, is each one teach one. Is I feel that I have a duty of care to try to spread my knowledge and my education. And so that is what I value. So in turn, if someone were to come up to me and say, oh, you only like to do virtual, why? Because you like to show off in front of the camera, I would just tell them, you don't know nothing about me. And if that's the assumption that you make, then you and I have no other conversation that needs to be had, because you don't know me and you ain't trying to get to know me. And on that note, y'all, get to know yourself. And in turn, getting to know yourself, you'll get to know other people. My name is Olivia Winfield. I'm a personal trainer here at the YMCA. Thank you all so much for joining me today. This was Push, Pull, Impress. Until next time.